Hi folks. Well, I'm sure most of you are aware of the terrorism taking place in the Middle East. The Hamas savages constantly attacking the Israeli Jews in Israel and in Gaza. Then you have other terrorist organizations launching rockets and missiles at international shipping in the area, creating a total mess with international shipping, a war in Gaza. All of this supported by the terrorist leading regime in Iran. And their allies in the Democratic Party and these United States of America. There you go again, you're saying blaming the Democrats. Yeah, that's me, kids. Blaming those who need to be blamed. The Democratic Party of the United States. President Carter, a Democrat, gets elected in 1976. Soon afterwards, well, a couple of years later, while he's in office, in Iran then, the leader of Iran was a person by the name Shah, the Shah of Iran. He was an ally to the United States, and the United States supported him militarily. Well, the people in Iran were rising up in riots, vicious riots. The Muslims are rioting. They wanted the Shah out of office, and they wanted Khomeini, who was a Muslim cleric in exile in France, I think it was. They wanted him as the leader of Iran, not the Shah. Well, the Shah was about to put down these rioters, and it would have been a bloody clash had he done that. Carter did not want blood to be spread throughout Iran. So he sent an Air Force general to Iran to tell the Shah, sorry, you no longer have the support of the United States. I think it's time for you to leave Iran. So the Shah, knowing he had no support, he left Iran. And Khomeini boarded a plane in France and flew into Iran and became the terrorist leader and created a terrorist-supporting nation. So when the Shah left Iran, it was because of the United States. So Khomeini, in typical terrorist fashion, to show his appreciation to the United States for him becoming the leader of Iran, he had his followers invade the American embassy in Iran and hold 52 American hostages for 444 days. That's how we thank the United States. That's how we thank that Democrat Carter. You know when they were released? Inauguration Day, January 20th, 1981, they were released. And you know why they were released? Because a Republican was taking the oath of office, Ronald Reagan. And those terrorists Iran knew, once you have a Republican in office, their glory days are over. So they needed to release the hostages so Reagan would not seek revenge upon those terrorists in Iran. See? So from that day forward, Iran became the #1 sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East because of Khomeini in office. Because President Carter set the circumstances to where he would be the leader of Iran. So now we have this problem today. Oh, let's get back to Obama. Obama gave the terrorists in Iran a couple of $2 billion. So what did they do with that? Did they help the hungry in Iran? Provide free education? No. They used that money to support terrorism throughout the Middle East and to murder and maim American military personnel in the area. And that was okay with Obama. So now we get another president, President Trump. And the Iranians knew they better maintain a low profile because he wasn't going to play games with them like Democrat presidents historically have done. After President Trump, we get that dope Joe Biden soiling the White House. And his immediate action is he suspended and halted all those embargoes on Iran thus allowing them to earn millions of dollars. And what did they do with those millions of dollars? Rockets for Hamas, the terrorists, rockets and other bombs for other terrorist organizations in the area. That's what they did with the money, President Obama. President Obama. But that's what they did with the money they earned when that Dope Joe lifted the sanctions. But you see, that wasn't enough money for them. Dope Joe then gave them a couple of $1 billion. And with that couple of $1 billion, we saw rockets flying into Israel. We see rockets flying into this shipping lanes in the area, threatening international shipping. Gee, look what the Democrats did. They allow a terrorist to take over Iran, and then subsequently they provide them with money. That's because, and you need to learn this, Democrats historically, 21st century Democrats mainly, toss aside our allies while embracing our enemies. An example, the communists in China floated a balloon over the United States, going over military installations for 7 days, gathering sensitive information. Dope Joe refused to have it shot down. That dope also did not want the American public to know about it. He did not want the American public to know that he was pleasing his overlords in communist China. So he tried to keep it a secret, but it did not work. So now with the terrorism exploding in the Middle East, the FBI has warned recently that we can expect terrorism in these United States of America. We need to be on the lookout. See something? Say something. Well, here's what I'm saying. There's not going to be a major terrorist attack in the United States prior to the November election in 2024. And here's why. Most likely, Dopey Joe told his allies in Iran, you better not have a major terrorist attack in the United States before the election, because if there is such an attack, President Trump will win and he will be your worst nightmare. So, what are they going to do, the terrorists in Iran? Hold off an attack on the United States soil till after a Democrat wins the election in November 24. Then there will be a major attack, and that Democrat soil in the White House will do absolutely nothing about it. See, folks, you vote for a Democrat, you vote against the United States. You vote for a Democrat, you vote against your own security. And that, as Paul Harvey used to say, and that's the rest of the story.
Now you know the rest of the story.
All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be. See ya.